Hey, LeBird98 here with a look at Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam, the DLC slash expansion pack for Bad Company 2. It was released on the 21st of December, I believe. I just got it on Christmas. I decided to get this for myself as a Christmas present to me, as well as a few other things I'll get on with a little later. And I also got it for the PC. I have Bad Company 2 for PC and PS3. And also 360, although that was kind of a waste because I didn't really play it online that much. But anyway, first of all, before I give you my thoughts on the Vietnam expansion, I'd like to give you a little history of where I am with the Battlefield series. Now, I've already mentioned this, but I've been a PC gamer ever since I can really remember. Definitely when I was a little kid. Remember playing The Sims and stuff like that. So, my first Battlefield was obviously 1942, the original, on the PC. And it was mind-blowing. I mean, at that time, there wasn't really anything like that. And maybe there was, but I wasn't aware of it. But to be able to man any vehicle and then seeing these airplanes and them dogfighting overhead, I mean, that was so cool. And now we take stuff like that for granted nowadays, but at that time it was pretty amazing. And then after that, by the way, that was World War II. So then after that, they decided to try Vietnam with Battlefield Vietnam. And that was actually one of probably my favorite of the Battlefield series. I know that's going to disagree with a lot of people. Because a lot of people consider that mainly just a expansion, and regardless if it is an expansion or not, it was still a pretty fun experience for me. And I think one of the biggest reasons was probably because of the helicopters in it. And at the time, I had dial-up, so this is going to come as a shock to a lot of people, and they're going to be like, how did you play that? But I used to play on dial-up. Now, I couldn't play on the big 64-player servers, so I used to drop it down to like the 24-player servers. And I can't remember what my ping was. I'm sure it was pretty crazy high, but at least it was somewhat playable. To the point where I can actually enjoy myself. So I never, because of that, because of dial-up, and that's why I was getting to that. Because of the having dial-up, I never got to experience Desert Combat, which was the expansion, or not the expansion, but the mod for 1942, which also introduced the helicopters and stuff like that. So Vietnam was my first try at a helicopter in a Battlefield series, and I think that's why I liked Battlefield Vietnam and why it resonated with me more than 1942 and with Desert Combat. So then after that, I kind of got out of the Battlefield series, played Call of Duty quite a bit, and that was kind of that and Medal of Honor Allied Assault. Those were kind of like my main games. And I got into Battlefield 2, which is considered a favorite by a lot of people of the series, and it wasn't my favorite. And I think the reason was because I got into it late. I actually bought 2142. The futuristic Battlefield ahead of Battlefield 2, and I got Battlefield 2 as the I think it was like the gold pack or something like that, which included all the DLC. And so I got that after 2142, and maybe that's why it doesn't really go with me all that well. But it was still a good game. And so then after that, then obviously Bad Company came out, and it was a shocker because it came out on consoles only, not the PC. I noticed with Bad Company was they actually improved the infantry combat. Now that's one thing. While the original Battlefields were good games and were hell of a lot of fun, I mean, unless you're a Battlefield fanboy or even worse, a PC fanboy, and Bad Company butchered your precious Battlefield series. Let's face it, the combat wasn't all that great. It was very clunky. I don't know. It just felt very clunky for me. So when Bad Company came out, that's the first thing I know that improved. They actually, I wouldn't say they took cues from like the Call of Duty series and stuff like that, but they actually just made it more of a fun shooter to play uh, along with the vehicles. And that didn't really feel, I didn't feel that with the earlier Battlefields. It was a fun experience. You could jump into any vehicle and see planes fly overhead, like I said, but it was a clunky game. So again, that's what I liked about Bad Company. And then Bad Company 2, by the way, another thing Bad Company obviously added was the destructibility, but it wasn't full-on destructibility. And that's obviously what Bad Company 2 offered. So anyway, that's kind of like my look into the Battlefield series from my perspective, as a PC gamer first, and then slowly drifting into console gaming. So anyway, on to the Vietnam expansion, and what are my thoughts of it? I'll be honest, I haven't played. I think I played all the maps now, but I haven't really. I don't really have like a good grasp of all the maps yet. I think there's 4, and I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure there's 4, and there's supposed to be a 5th one that's going to be unlocked with another one of those challenges. A similar challenge to what they had with the arcade Battlefield game 1943. Except this time they're using, I think it's 65 million actions or something like that, where when people revive and stuff like those are considered actions, and you have to get action points, all those points, and it's supposed to be up to 65 million. So the people get 65 million will unlock those. I think at this point in time, the PC gamers are getting there first. So let's see what will happen in the end. So a good selection of maps, a decent enough selection of weapons. I mean, you know, it's hard to really pick a lot of weapons from that era. But a decent enough selection. And obviously you'll have the same types of classes. You have your scout, which is the sniper. Then you have engineer, which is what I'm playing now, which has your rocket and the repair tools. Then you have your medic, and then which obviously you can heal people and revive people. And then you have your assault class, which gives you ammo. Now here's pretty funny. I'm looking down here, and the reason is if you look the tree, and you might have to go back to later to look at that part, but the tree's actually moving in the ground. Obviously a little bug in the map. I always like looking for those kind of things. That's like the bug tester in me. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. Overall, though, I say with the Vietnam expansion, it was definitely worth $15. I'll put it that way. And even in my case, it's worth 30 because I bought it twice. I bought it for the PC and the PS3. So, and I would do it again. I mean, it's fun. It brings back memories again because Vietnam is my favorite of the Battlefield series. And while it doesn't have that same, I don't know, I don't want to say it, but it doesn't have that same necessarily soul, I guess, of the original Vietnam, because this is basically Bad Company 2 in a Vietnam setting. It still brings some memories, especially like the maps, like the way the map is, the geography. That's the word I was looking for. The geography of Vietnam brings back memories from playing that game. So that's basically my overview of the Battlefield series and this DLC. Definitely pick it up. It's definitely worth $15. I mean, especially if you're gonna pay $15 or whatever it's gonna be for the Black Ops DLC, then this is definitely this thing would be worth $25. I mean, that's how good this one is. So enough with the ramblings on about the Battlefield series and stuff like that. Let's talk about what we got for Christmas. First of all, I had to buy a new hard drive. My media hard drive was actually conking out. It was dying, making a clicking sound. Any PC person knows that's not a good sign. It means your drive's dying, so I had to buy a new one. It was a 1 terabyte external. I had all my media shows, TV shows on there. Luckily, I was able to save them, thanks to Buyak85, who who you probably know now, did the dual commentary with me in the Winter Classic NHL game. Thanks to him, I was able to back up a lot because he has a lot of hard drive space, so I was able to put all that on there. And then once I got it backed up, my parents are always willing to help out, and they got me a 2 terabyte hard drive. I was actually going to pay them back, and then kind of a surprise to me, so I consider that your Christmas present, and they basically gave it to me. It was $100. Again, it was a 2 terabyte Western Digital hard drive, so I got that unexpected Christmas present from my parents. And they also got me, they know I like collecting things for hockey things, and they got me those McFarlane figurines. I don't know, I guess figurines, like little figurines of hockey players, Phil Kessel and one of Jean-Sébastien Giguère, which are pretty cool. I like collecting things, and they know I like collecting things, so that's what they got me for that. And I always tell them, I mean, I'm 26 years old. You don't have to buy me anything, but you know, they're parents, and anybody who has a good parents know that you know they still love their kids, and they're gonna buy them something regardless of what they say. So, thanks, Mom and Dad. And then also Buyak85 and I, we usually buy each other something, and that something usually translates into Steam games, and always around the Steam sale. He got me the Borderlands Game of the Year pack. It includes all the DLC as well as a redemption code or token or whatever, or free pass for Duke Nukem Forever if it ever comes out, and I'm sure it will if it's made by Gearbox now, which it is. Also comes with that, so thanks, Buyaka. And as a present to myself, I got myself Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year Edition, Sniper Ghost Warrior, as well as Brothers in Arms, the bundle, which included Hell's Highway, Earned in Blood, and Road to Hill 30. Both Earned in Blood and Road to Hill 30 I've been wanting to own for a while, just haven't got to it. Anyway, before I sign off, I'm just going to show you this funny grenade throw that I had in a previous match. Or sorry, a match after. I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, until next time, this is LeBurn98 signing off. Take care, guys, and have a Happy New Year.